before the game that this is his level. He needs to have no doubts and play with the confidence. What he's doing, we see it in training. So yeah, I was pleased with him and he was a big part of the first goal.
Miles, a very special night for you. Talk us through the goal, because that was a brilliant pass into Jesus.
Well, I saw the ball getting switched over from Martin. I saw I was getting pressed, so I just thought, keep calm, take the ball away from him, and I saw Gabby peeling off, and then I played through, and then Bukayo, great timing for the finish, man. He's always there, so yeah, can't complain.
You've been at Arsenal since the under-9s, Miles. This is such a great night for you, a special night that you'll always remember. You made your senior debut this season, but your first Champions League start tonight. How proud are you of yourself?
Yeah, I'm proud of myself, I believe in myself, but I've come a long way, and I just want to thank everyone for giving me the opportunity, and hopefully it's the first of many, and I'll push on from here.
You've seen this guy grow up now as well, Bukayo. I'm making you sound old, aren't I, next to him? But how bright is his future?
It's very bright. He just needs to keep the same head that he's got. His mentality is top. He's always asking questions, looking to learn. So I'm so proud of him. Yeah.
How inspirational is it for you as well, Miles, that you've got a player like Bukayo in this team that's come through the academy just like you? Does that give you the motivation and the belief that you can go on and be a big player for this club too?
Yeah, of course, definitely. Looking up to Bukayo, he has everything. So just a mindset that I've learned a lot from him, and I want to keep learning from him. So yeah, definitely.
Bukayo, 2 goals tonight, almost your first Arsenal hat-trick. Did Kai just get in the way?
Yeah, he just about got he got in the way of it, but don't worry, it's coming, it's on the way.
Guys, congratulations, well done tonight. A brilliant interview, and like she said, 2 academy boys, what a night both of those do tonight. One that they will never forget, I'm sure of that. We've seen tonight, you can see Arsenal against Monaco 3-0, just drop your eyes slightly, because Manchester City have lost again, this time to Juventus, 2-0, that was Vlahovic and Weston Kenny there. They go to PSG next as well, which I can show you now in the table if you just flip over. We can see what this all means, this kind of reshuffle of the teams. City now in 22nd place, and PSG, who they play next, are in 25th. And at the top of the table, Liverpool, of course, we know 100% record in the Champions League at the moment. Barcelona with their win, they move up to 2nd, and Arsenal move up to 3rd place. It's looking very healthy for them. The other English team you can see there, Aston Villa in 5th place. Those are the automatic qualification places. They're the places that you really want to be, so you're not playing extra games after Christmas. And one man I know that will really... Hello, Mikel. Great win for you. What did you make of the overall performance? Let's start with that.
Well, very happy with scoring 3 goals, keeping the clean sheet and winning the game. Extremely happy. We started the game very well. The first half, it should have been 3 or 4 at least, and then we could have put the game to bed. We didn't. And in the Champions League, we're going to have difficult moments, and we had for a period of time, probably longer than expected, because we weren't precise enough, we didn't adjust the press well enough, and we suffered. But then with the second goal, I felt the game was in control, and happy to have the 3 points.
There was so much focus on goals from set pieces. You almost didn't need that today. How pleasing is it to see the way that you scored in different ways from open play as well?
Yeah, it's very good, especially because they were very different goals, the 3 of them, and that's what we want from every phase of play, via threat. As I said, we could have scored many more in open play, as you call it. For me, not open play, but set pieces, it's all part of the game. But anyway, very happy.
Interesting second half. You made 3 substitutions around about 60 minutes. I thought the boys were looking a bit fatigued.
No.
Monaco were playing really well, passing it. Minamino came on, and they were quite busy in that midfield. So how important was that to make those changes?
Yeah, we have to, especially with Miles. Well, first of all, a word for him. 18 years old to make his debut in the Champions League. It's a great highlight of the game. And then, yeah, as you mentioned, we have some issues. They put 6 players inside. Only the fullbacks giving the width. They have a lot of rotation. It's difficult to manage that. But I think the subs help us. It gives us energy, gives a little bit more of a structure with the ball and without the ball. And everybody's important. Every 2 days, it's impossible to maintain the same players.
Just Lewis Kelly there as well, just to talk to you about the way that he played, the way he punched that ball through for the first goal. That's coming right out of the academy now, isn't it? Seeing the youngsters prepared to pass that ball and make something happen with it.
Yeah, I think what I like about him is his courage. The position that he takes, how he penetrates with the ball. he's one of our own, and he's 18 years old. He has a bright future ahead of us, and he's great. As a manager, as a club, I think we have to be very pleased to see those young players coming through, because it's a nice feeling to be able to help somebody change his life.
I bet it is.
Mikel, it must seem really boring speaking about Bukayo Saka, and he must also seem pretty old compared to Lewis Kelly there you mentioned, but like, how it must be an absolute joy to work with him. I know everyone asks you about him, but seriously.
No, it looks really mature, as you said. As he says, what he's already done in the game is incredible. I think his goal involvement in the season on 21 matches, I think it's 20 goals or something ridiculous like this. But that's him. Very humble, a great guy to have around the place, and an incredible talent.
He's a great role model, isn't he, as well, for that pathway to get young kids into the team, because he doesn't get ahead of himself. He's so humble, and he just keeps producing.
It's a special person. Again, it's great to have around the team. I think in his role, his leadership is increasing. With the young kids, is amazing. With the senior, is amazing. He's loved by everybody, you can tell that, and then when he's on that pitch, he's making the difference for us.
Yeah. All right, Mikel, well, look, congratulations. Third in the table at the moment. Your old team again at the weekend up in the Premier League. Good luck with that, and congratulations for tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mikel Arteta, the Arsenal boss. Take care. See you very soon. He must be delighted, as he said there. We're talking about all the young players that are coming through too, because, you know, he was saying it must be so satisfying, especially with the length of time now that Mikel Arteta has been the manager of Arsenal, and he gets to see these young players from the training ground growing up and then coming onto the pitch and having a Champions League start and then really influencing the game as well. You don't get that often, do you?
And it's always like he's like that father figure now. You know, he's followed them, he's been at the club now a number of years, and he's sort of like seen them come through the youth academy, earmark people, work with them on the training pitch, and now he sees the fruit of that work is when they actually go and have a performance like tonight. An inverted fullback, you know, we've got Kieran Tierney sitting on the bench, so he has to impress. He has to justify that selection, and I thought he more than did that. And you just sense the manager there is like, well, okay, this production line, there's a history of young players coming through here, and you know, having done that myself, I think it counts. You know, when they've got the blood of the club running through their veins, you just love it that little bit more, extra special. And then when they're doing it on the pitch, I think we're seeing that with Saka. You know, he's the fan on the pitch, and boy, does he play to a really high level.
And the fans absolutely love it. There's nothing better than an academy product coming through and doing well, so we'll keep a very close eye on them, on both of them, in fact. Look, January is going to be an interesting month for Mikel Arteta, but even before Christmas, as we didn't mention there, Everton is the next game that they've got to play. Gabriel hopefully is going to be back in the side soon. You can see the rest of the fixtures on the screen now. Where do you think Arsenal are placed at the moment in the Premier League? They did miss an opportunity against Fulham, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, but I think if you hear the narrative, just hanging around the group until, you know, January, and then have an assessment after the Christmas period, because you're right, they've had a few injuries, but I think they've worked well with it, and the Fulham was a bit of a blip for them. But if you looked at the 5 previous games, scored 16, another 3 tonight, they're in a good position, and they're starting to get some of their players back, hopefully. But, you know, in the quarter-final of the League Cup, and they got Man United to play in January as well, in the FA Cup as well, so some big games coming up, but I'm pretty comfortable with where they are at the moment.
Do you think in the next window, I'm going to ask you the question that we've been asking for a very long time, do you think if there was a position they need to strengthen, it is that centre-forward position?
Well, this is the question, isn't it? We talk about Havertz and Jesus. They need to score more goals. They need to be more ruthless. There is no doubt about that. But you know, last year they scored a whole lot of goals. I think they could do with that different tool in the box. That player that maybe can find an opening out of nothing. We're just going to have a little look here at Jesus again. You know, look, he makes a good run. I think there's an awful lot of pace on that. You couldn't really criticise him. I think this one here is this is what I'm talking about. Enjoying this moment. You know, you think of someone like an Ian Wright there. They press a button of calmness, and they enjoy that moment of just finding the bottom corner, and he didn't there.
How hard is it, Martin, to get that confidence, though, when you're not getting regular starts?
It's difficult. I think tonight, if you were to give the manager a real problem, if he puts both of those away at the weekend, and it just reinforces that, you know, in the Champions League, he has got good numbers. We talked about 24 goals coming into this game. He's come with a lot of experience. He's offered a lot to the group. But on the pitch, he wants to get his goals. And he's playing a part. There's no doubt he's playing a part. But Arsenal need that prolific goal scorer to put these opportunities away. Another one flashing across the goal there.
This is where he's got to make the darting run, though, Martin. I think you're on about. You've got to sniff these opportunities out, dart, get across.
Just a bit earlier. Yeah, just a bit earlier. Break your neck, get in there, get on the end of things. and that's where you sniff out those chances.
Vlahovic was a player that was linked with Arsenal a little while ago. Scored against Manchester City tonight. We'll discuss Man City before we come off air. Is a striker a position that you would strengthen if you were back at this club, Garrett?
Either left wing or centre forward. I think I look back at it. Obviously, City was so dominant in the Premier League, and the only team to stop them was Liverpool. And then Mane and Salah. You know, you can't have just Bukayo on his own. And I think Kai offers you. You saw what he did tonight. It's either got to be a left winger or that centre forward. And I think for me, seeing that balance, I wouldn't mind trying a real solid left winger. You know, there's a lot of players, a lot of teams are going to be after that centre forward role, but I think getting a balance more on the left side actually might be an option for Arsenal.
There's still plenty of games though between now and January for these guys to prove that they're the ones that deserve to be there. And you know that the resources are there now with the club. You know the desire's there, and he's going to keep pushing. And he's going to, make sure they wants to be best in all areas, not just set pieces. He wants to pass. He wants to create opportunities. They press so well. I think Ødegaard not being there has really gone against them from a creativity point of view. So you could argue the front players haven't had the best player on the pitch, but now he's there. So there's no excuses now. We've got to start putting these chances away.
They're one player away.
Yeah.
For me, literally one player away. So, you're so close. Yeah. Go and get them.
So close to a complete team, which is what City have been for a number of years. One win now in 10 games, another loss for them